Yeah.
But it turned into like a shitty EDM remix. It's like, oh, say, can you see by the
Oh,
dawn's
but
early
I
light?
believe in a young boy.
Yeah, and it goes.
Put your fucking hands across your heart, bitch. Someone's got to
You
make
better
that.
take your fucking hat off.
Oh, say, can you motherfucking see?
That might be the remix the Star Spangled Banner has been waiting for. Is
Yeah.
that right there?
You want to
The
get everyone,
EDM.
you want to unify this country. That's the way to do it.
The world ain't all sunshine and rainbows,
As here's a drive in a deep left field by Castellanos. It will be a home run.
but it ain't about how hard you hit.
And I'd hit out the park, no question, with all due respect.
It's about how hard you can get hit.
And you might need, at some point in your life, a little massage on your ass.
And keep moving forward. How much you can take and keep moving forward.
Hello, everybody, and welcome back to another Moving Forward episode. We are here with Sean and Michael. Sorry, we've been off for about a week. Long week, still trying to figure out a good schedule. Hopefully, we'll have something pretty solid after this week. Let's start with Michigan State and U of M. I saw something where somebody said that this was the biggest win that Harbaugh has ever had at the University of Michigan. Thoughts, Sean?
No, I don't think they meant that. I mean, it's the first time he's ever won as an underdog. So betting wise, it is.
Oh, I hammered them.
Yeah.
Oh my God,
I
yeah, that was
tricked-
easy money.
I tricked
is,
all Michigan fans into hating me by making fun of McNamara because I needed him to play better because I wanted to be
Yes,
wrong
That's exactly
by being
what
right.
that tweet was.
Dude,
I love a nice
it was.
premature tweet on the first drive of a game on an away game.
I've been
never started.
okay. You keep talking. I'm going to pull up my last few tweets and you tell me how I haven't been trying to manifest my bets to win. Okay. Let me start with the McNamara tweet. Let me see it. I know Wisco has a good defense, but McNamara sucks. And then after he hit that flea flicker pass, I said
That was like
that
right
was
on cue too. Like
I
this
said
was, I
it
think
literally
the next
happened.
play.
Yeah, and I said that was a good throw. After that, I then said Tom Brady confirmed washed when I had the Buccaneers -6.5, trying to motivate him.
I was wondering about that one. I saw that tweet. I didn't know what you were up to.
And then
curious.
after that, I said the Chargers and Raiders are cowards for not scoring because I had the over. See, I've been trying to
And they ended up
manifest my
scoring.
bets, but the over still didn't hit. So it worked on one. So right now I'm shooting a good 33%. But that Michigan win was a pretty big win. So
I like how you tried it. You tested it Saturday and then you just maintained it the rest of the week.
Yeah, it's my new move.
You were 2 out of 3, right?
It was like
Can't
when
complain about that.
it's like when Big Cat, when the Chiefs were losing at halftime of all those playoff games a few years ago, and he just said, "Thanks for coming out" to the Chiefs, and they just
And they
didn't
kept
matter.
coming out.
They were down by like 17. They just come back and win anyway.
Well, I might need to start trying something because I've been on one of the most epic losing streaks in gambling history. I think I can go into that more later if I love hate, but yeah, I need to try some. I need to get some voodoo out of here.
Back to Harbaugh though. I think this is probably like what, top 3, 4 biggest wins. I mean,
well, here's my fears: is I could make like a bold claim like that and be like, "Wow, this is like one of his greatest wins. He went into Camp Randall, won for the first time since 2001." But I'm very terrified of the fact that Wisconsin might suck.
yeah, I have.
And
Yeah,
I
I
think
agree with
evidence
that.
is stacking up for that.
I have. I've been thinking about this a lot, and Michigan State kind of have both played nobody. Like Michigan State, their best wins are what? Northwestern, Nebraska, and Miami. Like all 3 of those. Nebraska is probably the best
The best
win.
team.
Michigan,
Yeah, I was about to say.
yeah, Michigan has Rutgers, Washington, and Wisconsin.
Yeah.
Rutgers is
And
the best win.
Rutgers is
probably.
the best win out of those. So I think neither of these teams have really played anybody that's a
So
world beater.
you're telling me Miami's loss to Virginia doesn't set up Michigan State for a nice run to the college football playoff?
No, I don't think it helps our case much.
I
Okay.
don't think it'll be marked down as a notable win.
No. I mean, it was cool that they went in there and stomped them, but Miami looks like dog shit.
I feel like
Northwestern looks like dog shit.
both these teams
Nebraska
being at,
looks okay.
I wouldn't be surprised if both these teams are at 5-0 and they both end the season at like 8-4 or 9-3. I just feel like they're going to play a lot harder teams the second half of the year. Like State has 7 more games. They still have to play Ohio State. Maryland's not a bad team. Penn State and Michigan. So it's like there's some losses in there.
But
yeah,
after I say all this, though, I don't know. I'm officially taking keg stands on the Kool-Aid, the Michigan Kool-Aid after this weekend. I am bought in on this team. Okay. I'll explain myself a little bit more. The defense has legitimate superstars on it. Like Aiden Hutchinson is a top defender in the country. Dax Hill is a top defender in the country. Like they're legitimate talents. And we're actually running a 21st century defensive scheme instead of Don Brown's all-out blitz.
You mean Blitz King?
Quarterback. The blitz doctor.
Yeah.
Don Brown.
Dr.
We got
Blitz.
rid of him. We're running zones against teams finally, which is really helping, it seems. And yeah, McNamara is what he is. I think he's going to make throws when he makes throws. I think he's going to have some bad throws. But I think we need to rely on our running game and just hope he hits the throws when we need him to.
My optimism with Michigan State is cautious for sure. I want, like the contention for the Big Ten East, but I would also be content. I'd be pretty content with 8-4 given like the preseason expectations.
I do
think Michigan State has like legit weapons. Like Jaden Reed is crazy. Kenneth Walker is really good. Speedy Naylor is really good. And I don't think Peyton Thorne is bad. I think he's slightly above average.
Yeah.
I think we are remaining. Oh, sorry, Jake.
I'm just saying that I need one more win for my plus 140 future for Michigan State to have more than 5.5 wins. Need one more. So feel pretty good about that.
I think you'll get it. I feel like you'll get it. A lot of Vegas books had it at like 4 wins or something, right?
Yeah, I boosted it to 5.5 because I felt it in my balls.
Nice.
Big brain.
All right.
Yeah, I think this is continuing on the trend that we've been mentioning almost every podcast, is that these teams are still very similar. And we're on a collision course for both of our teams to be undefeated, facing off against each other, and probably a top 10 matchup. So
as a Michigan State fan, I guarantee you Michigan State will lose either the Rutgers or the Indiana game. They will not lose both. They will lose one. I know this.
I feel fairly confident in that as well. And I'm caught, like I said, cautiously optimistic. Western Kentucky really cut Michigan State up there in the second half.
Yeah, so
Fuck that Zappy guy. Fuck that guy. Coming out there on a limp like he's a goddamn hero. On 450 yards.
That thing.
Dude, that guy was throwing it everywhere. It was amazing.
Mm-hmm.
Fuck him.
I was wondering why before the game the line was 7.5. I was like, well, that's dangerously close for a team like Western Kentucky, but
their offense.
That guy was kind of good. He was slaying.
They were like they ran like a 2-minute drill like every time they went up and down the field. It was so frustrating to watch.
Goddamn.
Okay, so before we'll talk about it. You know what? No, we'll save it for later in the week. But Sean, you said you're ice cold gambling. I want you to circle Michigan, Nebraska. Michigan's only -3.5 right now. I want you to not hammer that. I want you not to do it. And I want you to take the under in that game. And you're going to have to trust me.
Okay. Thank you.
Welcome.
I don't bet on Michigan usually. I only bet on one time this year as Washington. And I use my bets sporadically because I feel like there's a lot of power behind them. So I am thinking, because this game kind of scares me, I think I'm going to hammer Nebraska. So if my heart's ripped out of my chest, at least I want some money.
I wouldn't go either way. I wouldn't hammer anything. I'd sprinkle one
away
of them
from this,
but I would stay away.
Yeah.
It's at Nebraska, right?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, night game, which is huge. It
feels like a trap game.
Of course, it loses those.
It feels like a trap game, but also Nebraska is Nebraska.
Yeah.
That's what I'm trying to tell myself.
But I feel like Nebraska, remember we talked about this. Nebraska's not as bad as we thought, but they're not good. But they're not bad.
I don't think they're not as good as Michigan.
No, I agree. about
I just
that.
think Michigan's just going to dink and dunk everyone to death. They're just going to run the ball up people's throats, make it 3rd and 10, and then loft up a long pass and hope McNamara completes it. And he's been completing it. So I think if we just go with that strategy, Nebraska will eventually give up.
Yeah.
They gave up against Michigan State.
Yeah.
So
hitting on what Sean was talking about, what we were both talking about, for Michigan and Michigan State both to be 7-0 and play each other on Saturday, October 30th. Michigan would have to beat at Nebraska and at home against Northwestern. I feel really good about the Northwestern. Nebraska, anything could happen. And then Michigan State has to beat at Rutgers and at Indiana. For them both to be 7-0 on October 30th.
I think this is setting up perfectly for Michigan State to lose right before the Michigan game, get that extra bit of energy, and then take down Michigan and destroy me.
I like when Michigan State is a scrappy underdog.
Exactly.
I might be rooting for Indiana.
I'm terrified of Michigan State as the underdog. But Michigan with low expectations is where I like them. And now that they're in the top 10, we have expectations. So
yeah, that's not good either. Both these
top
teams,
10 teams are doomed.
Both these teams are not where I want them to be. I like State as a scrappy underdog and Michigan with less expectations. But we're in the danger zone for both these teams. They might have peaked too soon.
Inside the top 15 is terrifying. I don't want to be here.
We're top 10 now.
No, you are. We're 11.
State's 11.
11? Oh, yeah. Okay. Well, someone's going to lose in the top 10 there. It's going to be a top 10 matchup. Have they ever been undefeated playing each other?
I think there was a game where they were like both. No, they would have to play each other super early in the season.
I think it was the Denard year when he was getting like Heisman buzz.
Oh, yeah.
It might have been
Michigan State shut that down.
Yeah, Woodshut.
No, that's the year they lost to Notre Dame.
Yeah, that was the year State. Yeah, that was the year Connor Cook came onto the scene and they lost to Notre Dame in the second game.
Oh, yeah, and then they won the Rose Bowl.
So yeah, they would have won the national championship, but whatever.
God damn it.
All right, well, we will preview more college football games on Friday's show. We'll do a little pick 'em for college football, and we'll do some for the NFL. Moving to NFL. So the Lions, am I right?
I hate them.
As soon as that ball came off of Jared Goff's head and into a Bear's hands, I turned the game off. I gave up. It's not worth the emotional investment.
I'm not emotionally invested. I bet against them every single game.
Well,
yeah, I can't do that, but
every fiber of my being was telling me that the Lions were going to lose this game. Like, you can just get those feelings, especially as Lions fans. I bet you guys know what I'm talking about. Like, before a game, you know they're going to lose it. Like, as soon as I saw they were getting, like, buzz for being underdogs of the week, like a nice betting play, like, hey, maybe look at the Lions. I knew they were going to lose.
I saw a lot of TikTok people saying, Lions. I like the Lions this week. Look how bad the Bears looked. But who would have thought Matt Nagy pulled his classic move whenever he sucks and he secretly changes who calls the plays, and then their offense looks somewhat decent, and I guarantee you he takes back control next week and then they lose. So
no franchise will make a dying team look better than the Lions. They will rejuvenate any team, and that's been true for years. Like Justin
What's that movie?
Fields, which one?
Sorry, no, go on. I have to think of the movie.
Well, Justin Fields was throwing like 45-yard dimes, hitting people in the numbers, and just looking like an outstanding quarterback. I knew the Lions were officially back. Yeah, I think whenever they have like an episode where it's like a same old Lions, like how that, like the Justin Tucker field goal triggers an event or like some event like that. Like I'm trying to think back. They land a game.
It's a butterfly. It's a butterfly effect.
The butterfly effect for the Lions. Whenever a game like that happens, the season's over. Like count them out. It just axes the whole season, and it's already happened.
So just to hit on the Lions real quick, 2 weeks ago, lost to the Ravens on a game-winning field goal of 66 yards, record-setting field goal. The next week, they are the first team since 1993 to have their first 3 possessions go all the way to the red zone and get 0 points. They were also 1 for 5 in the game in the red zone. That includes field goals too. So that means they were in the red zone 5 times, scored once, including field goals. Detroit Lions against the Chicago Bears.
I mean, the silver lining is that they were able to get there. I mean, the Bears defense isn't like pushovers.
Yeah,
But
but
like
they're
that's
not
just
great.
fucking exhausting.
Yeah.
We're just getting the full tour of horrible Lions losses the last couple of weeks. And this one is just a very typical one by them.
The real
And it was capped off by a nice, terrible coaching decision to end the game because Dan Campbell should have definitely kicked that field goal and made it 24-17. But
That's growing pains.
Yeah. I mean, I'm not
I
going
just
to
want
be
the guy to
like
get his
one of
first win.
Yeah, I'm not going to be like one of these people who stand on a soapbox and just yell about how I hate the Lions. Like that's been really pissing me off recently about Detroit media. Like, what did you expect? Like, no one really yelled that much when the Tigers were bad. They didn't really care. They knew what this was leading to. No one really yelled that much when the Red Wings were bad. Like they were good for 30 years and then they've been bad the last couple of years trying to rebuild. And then no one was really that mad when the Pistons were bad. So why do we care right now when the Lions are trying to be bad? And just because it's football? I don't
No,
get
it's
that
because
part.
I think it's because the Lions are the scapegoat, like they're the bad team. They're the only team in Detroit that consistently underperforms. And it sucks, but like I saw it was what was it called? Like Woodward Sports or something. Some guy went on a rant about like why we can't like why Dan Campbell doesn't have expectations yet. And it's because like there's nobody on this team. They have no assets at all. They lost all three of their top defenders this year already. They're missing one of their starting receivers. There's just nothing good going on with this team, and it sucks.
Yeah, I think the Lions are one of those teams that people love to hate more than they love the team itself. So I think a lot of people in the Detroit media right now are smashing them because they know people will click on it and just feed into that hate. And then, so like you said, Mike, there's no one on, like, who can you point to on this team besides Hawkinson, Swift, Sewell, and maybe a couple other guys in the O-line that you say are legitimate NFL players even? I think they're like scraping the bottom of the barrel for NFL talent, and they're putting that on the field every Sunday. Especially
I know it's a big thing, especially in baseball, but would anybody just like love to see the Lions just like trade any player who's not part of their long-term rebuild and just like let it go? Like if they could get anything for Trey Flowers, I don't know if they can. Doesn't have a good contract, but maybe he can be good on a good team. Like if you can trade him and get anything for him, like just anything. I don't know.
Dude,
there's some few pieces on this team that I would be happy if they got rid of.
Well, they
outside of
kind of
Sewell,
did that
Hawk,
with, sorry.
No, outside of like Sewell, Hawk, and I mean, I would say Okora, but he just tore his Achilles. Like, I don't need anybody on this team to stay.
Swift, I'd be happy with.
I guess Swift.
Ragnow needs to stay.
I was just talking hyperbole, but yeah, that O-line is good. But like anybody else, fucking get rid of them.
I love Jamal Williams, but he has an outstanding value right now. If you could trade him for anything, I'd be really interested. I know draft picks they work a little bit different, and players are really undervalued in the NBA the NFL compared to like the NBA. Like when seeing players like D-Hop get traded for like a 3rd round pick, it makes no sense for me. I still have a hard time like understanding it compared to like you see Anthony Davis or somebody like that get traded for like 7 first-round picks, something ridiculous. Yeah. So
I think we already did that with Jamie Collins, kind of. We did. No, we released him. We tried to do it.
Yeah.
I think they're kind of in that mindset. That was at least a good report to read. They're just trying to shop them around. They didn't just waive them and then say, all right, it's a lost asset. So I don't know. There's some hope for the future. All the rookies look pretty good, which is really good. I like the Auburn's cornerback a lot. I'm blanking on his name right now. So Brad Holmes did his job this year.
Yeah. I really like Dan Campbell, and I want him to succeed, and I'm hoping for it, but I would be content knowing that I think we did hit on something really important, which might be more important than head coaching. And we hit on a good general manager. And I feel really confident about that. He's done a lot of things really, really well. He hasn't done any contracts that make me say like, what the hell are you doing? His draft picks after his first year were really, really good. He handled the Goff trade really well. And Goff's been really decent so far. Like, what would you say? He's like probably the 24th, 23rd best starting quarterback in the NFL.
He's so mid.
He's just average.
Yeah,
Like, he's just
like painfully average.
He's just good enough to get us to hopefully be the worst record in the NFL and get the number 1 pick. Like, I just hope that they learn from the lesson of missing out on Chase Young a couple years ago and not to kind of fuck this up. They just need to be just one game worse than the Houston Texans and the Jacksonville Jaguars so that they can have the number 1 pick and they can pick the player they want and not have to settle for a second grade player. So
The
I just
problem
hope
with that, though, that I've always found and that I've like read and heard from a lot of like players is NFL players and especially NFL franchises really don't think like that. Like, they do not purposely want to tank games. Like, no one in the locker room
yeah,
wants
nobody
to.
does.
The coaches don't want to. So I hate when people like use that as something to like bash the Lions for. They're like, oh, we lost the game. Like, it's not. Think about, put yourself in your shoes. Would you want to like really go out there and just tank games and get your ass pushed in every single
And
Sunday?
then get your job taken by a rookie.
No. Yeah, exactly. Everyone needs to put
No
tape
players
out
want to
there.
win. I think the way this roster is constructed, though, is it works for going, you know, 2 and 15.
I think we're in a very good spot. I think we're gonna get another good draft pick. We're gonna have 2 picks this first round. There's no like you said earlier, there should be no expectations. We need another year. We need another year of rebuilding, and it looks like it's coming to fruition with this season.
Yeah.
Yep.
Breaking.
One last thing.
Oh, I was going to do some breaking NFL news.
Oh, say it. I was just going to say we could have drafted Justin Herbert over Jeff Okudah.
Could have done that, which I 100% agree. Okudah's starting to look like a bust more and more every day, but who knows? In-season update per Adam Schefter 38 minutes ago, Cowboys are releasing Jalen Smith.
Interesting.
Yeah. I never would have expected that. After the Cowboys played such good defense last week, and he's a pivotal part of that defensive team. Like, I think it just shows how high they are on Micah Parsons.
Yeah, has he even been playing? I feel like he's been playing behind Micah the entire time.
He has been, but Micah's been playing a lot of D end, like traditional like 3-4 defensive D end, like an outside linebacker, and Jalen Smith's more of a middle linebacker. So
interesting.
Just surprising moves in the NFL. Do you guys want to hit on any other NFL stuff besides
While
the
we're on the
Lions?
topic, that I really like the Cowboys, and they're specifically on their defense. Trayvon Diggs is a dog. That guy is so much fun to watch as a corner.
5 picks through 4 games.
Oh, dude, he's so good. I actually really enjoy watching the Cowboys, which feels like sacrilegious, but
they have a good team. Their offense is fucking historically good. And yeah, their defense is actually competent. So this is the first time they've had that combination in a long time. So
it's going to be one of those years where it's not like a grinded out NFC East. It's like, I think the Cowboys are clearly going to walk away with this by far. Like, it's not going to be close.
No, I don't think so either.
Yeah, it makes me feel real stupid for ever thinking the Washington football team were going to compete, because like their defense, like same exact players, they might even gotten better, and it's they're absolutely
they suck,
atrocious.
They look 30 to the Falcons.
Yeah, 34.
Doesn't even make sense to me though. This is what confuses me about the NFL sometimes. Like, it's the same exact defense from last year, and I'm pretty sure they're like a top 5 defense. Same coach, same players, and then they're just worse this year. Like,
they haven't even played they've played the Chargers and the Bills, but like their other 2 games are the Giants and the Falcons, and there's not really a reason to have 29 and 30 scored on you.
Cordell Patterson just ran a track meet on them. Like, could not stop him. Like, I don't understand it, but
fuck that guy is in Mike Davis fantasy.
I do have a big NFL story that we need to discuss.
Also,
probably the biggest of the week, honestly.
Yeah. Quick side tangent, and then you can get to your thing. Cordell Patterson, in his 4 games so far with the Atlanta Falcons, has more 3 touchdown games than Julio Jones did in his 10-year career.
I heard that. That's crazy.
Yeah.
Julio was historically bad at scoring, and then historically good at every other part of being a wide receiver.
Mm-hmm.
Remember that one year he had like almost 1,000 yards and no touchdowns, like halfway through the year.
Yeah. Insane.
A little allergic to the end zone. But what I was saying, biggest story of this past NFL week, I think, is Urban Meyer getting lapped up in his own bar in Ohio by a random female that was not his wife, with a picture in the bar of him and his wife right above him.
talk about like a painting or a photo where the eyes just follow you everywhere. I bet you she was just glaring
Yeah.
at him.
For those who
entire
haven't
time.
seen it, in the bar that he was at is actually his bar. It's like called Urban Meyer's bar or some shit like
Oh
that.
my God.
And on
I
the
didn't know
wall,
that.
there's like pictures of like his whole career. And there's a very clear picture of him like kissing his wife on the wall. And they said the way the picture's set up, it had to have been like staring at him. Like he had to have been looking at it. Like the way where he was sitting in relation to the picture, he was probably getting lapped up by this girl looking right at a picture of him kissing his wife. Like
my
he is
God.
the definition of a
He
scumbag.
didn't honestly. He didn't look like he was super into it. Like he looked like he like felt a little guilty to me. I don't know if
Yeah.
you guys felt that.
No, that's exactly what I thought. He looked guilty.
He looked uncomfortable and
His
like
his
sad.
hands were under center. Like his hands were just
they were
right
under
in
center.
they
but
were
they
right
were,
under
he
the
had
ass.
palm up.
Yeah, palm
He had
up.
palm up. If he if he had palm under,
This
I
is
think it would be a
this
different
is
story.
this is grabbing ass. This is letting your center know, hey, tap tap, hike the ball.
This is sexual assault. This is an audible.
Yes.
Oh, that's what I was thinking too, though. Like the way you looked at the situation didn't look like you wanted to be a part of it, but you got to ask the question: why was she there, and why was he still just sitting there? So something had to have happened before for old Urban to get in that situation.
With that being, oh, sorry, go ahead, Mike.
I was just gonna say, can we dive real quick into the story that came out about Jim Harbaugh getting hit on by a girl, and she was like, "Can we play catch?" And then he made her run routes and was throwing like fucking piss missiles to her, and then she left him.
There's no other person in the world that I believe that story besides Jim. Like that had to have happened. Like people are trying to say, "Oh, there's no way." No, that happened for sure.
That
That
for sure
happened.
happened.
Yeah.
Everything that has ever come out about Jim Harbaugh, like validates
That is the most
story.
true thing ever.
I can just see this girl trying to come up to him, have like a casual conversation, like, "Hey, how you doing? Like, what's your name?" And he just stares at her, is like, "Can you catch? Can you catch?"
I'm gonna try out for the
He's
team
like,
right now.
Like, "Oh, do you want to go
picturing-
outside and talk about it?" And he's like, "Yeah, I want to go outside. Get your shoes on."
I'm picturing him like telling her how to like open up for a route, and he's like, "Well, you gotta like open your hips," and she's like, "I'd like to open my hips," and he's like, "Stop playing fucking games.
Yeah.
We're out here to work."
She goes spread eagle. He's like, "That's not the technique."
Don't open your hips. Drop them. Drop. Go back.
Drop
He's out there making
shift.
her run
Drop
sprints.
shift.
All right, on the baseline. All right. With that being said, circling back to the Urban Meyer thing, I love whoever the Jaguars are playing this week. I love the Jaguars plus whatever number it's going to be. They're going to cover.
Have the
Why are
exact
they
opposite because did you see all the reports today?
Yeah, the locker room is just completely collapsing on him.
Exactly.
One of the players said he had zero credibility 4 games in. I feel like this is another like John Beeline situation, but the NFL version.
Similar. It sounds like it's the exact same thing, except like John Beeline was likable.
Mm-hmm. And,
Yeah.
And Urban Meyer is just a historic piece of shit, and he just added.
Yeah, I'm like rooting for
the
Urban
record.
Meyer to fail, to be honest. But
Titans
they do play the
minus
Titans.
Titans -4 against the Jaguars. Jaguars are at home. Jaguars
-4?
money line.
Oh my God, I'm taking Tennessee.
Square
Well,
pick.
Jaguars are gonna win now, so
I liked what I saw out of Trevor Lawrence.
I do too.
I think he's good, and I like
okay.
James Robinson too.
Yep. Let's get to the Thursday night football game. It is probably debatably the best game that we have had so far. I didn't know that the Seahawks were only 2-2, but the 2-2 Seahawks host the 3-1 LA Rams. Rams just got their shit kicked in by the Cardinals, who I think are the best team in football right now. Side note, but the Rams are -2.5. Sean, who do you like for this game? And tell me a few things that you might like to see as far as prop bets. If you feel like a player might break out in the game, where's your head at for this game?
all right. So I'll start with my pick. I'm definitely gonna go with the Rams. I think they're gonna have a bounce back game. McVay's too good of a coach to repeat whatever happened last game. And I think the Seahawks defense is really vulnerable. I don't think they're very good at all. So if I was going to go with a prop bet, I would go over on Kupp's receiving yards for sure. And then over on Van Jefferson's because apparently he's sneaking up to be the wide receiver 2 on the offense, and Robert Woods is backing down, probably like the wide receiver 3. So I'd go over on Kupp, over on Van Jefferson, and then over on Matty Stafford touchdowns. Book it. Book it.
Interesting.
Can't lose. It won't.
Are you going to bet
Jaden?
all these? Are you going to bet all these picks, Sean?
Yes, of course. Maybe
Okay.
all at once. I think
Make it a parlay.
Yeah, I'm gonna lose it, but that's what I'm thinking right now. That's my mindset.
Okay. So you know how in the Monday night game it was a 51 point over under, but they were the two like best teams in the NFL, and it made no sense that the number was so low, but they were like two of the most scoring teams. You know what I mean? That
Yeah.
makes sense yesterday. So I'm thinking the same thing. Like these two teams score a lot of points. The over under is at 54.5. It's a little bit more points. I'm also going to go with the Rams -2.5. I don't like it, but I'm going to take it because I think that they could easily win by a field goal. And then I'm actually going to go first half under whatever that number is. Don't know what it is. First half under.
I get what you're saying.
First
there.
half under.
Mhm.
Interesting.
I'm staying away from all over and unders. I just keep.
Yeah, I hate over unders. I hate over unders.
I always lose on them. Like I don't know
Yeah,
what.
I've never won one either.
I'm not hitting on them.
I'm
It's a
gonna.
guarantee.
Oh Jesus! I really hated what I saw out of the Rams. And since you
The man
both
in the
picked the
suit.
Rams, I'm gonna zag and I'm gonna go with the Seahawks. I think they had a bad couple weeks to start off the season, but they looked good last weekend. And I've never seen. I can't remember Matthew Stafford ever beating Russell Wilson, and this is prime Russell Wilson season. I'm gonna go with the Seahawks money line
Oh,
and Russell Wilson over on yards, whatever that number is, and Tyler Lockett to score a touchdown.
I like that.
that's
Because Jalen's gonna be on DK probably, and
Mhm.
DK just got his shit pushed in by him last year.
yeah.
Ramsey didn't really have much of an effect on the game last week, which is
He kind of shut out Hop. I mean, like Hopkins didn't he still got numbers, but he wasn't like crazy
Yeah.
good.
I feel like they need another cornerback across from him. That's like, who's their other cornerback even? I feel like he's not that high profile.
I'm not sure.
On the
I
Rams.
am-
I don't even know. I feel like they need another guy because he's going to shut out the other receiver. That just opens up. If a team has more than one good receiver, that's going to open up the other guy. So I feel like in this game, Lockett's going to go off. So that's a good pick.
Yeah, so Russell Wilson, his passing yards for the game is only 274.5.
Hammer it.
Stafford's is at 305.5. How do you guys feel about that one?
Low, no, under.
Staff,
No, wait, it's a Seahawks defense.
Expectations.
How much? 305?
305.
That's pretty high.
What's messing me up about Matt this year is because he kind of already beat the he doesn't show up in big games narrative by beating the Bucks.
Yeah.
So
He
that's
did get his shit pushed in by the Cardinals, though.
That's what I'm saying. So what Matt's going to show up? Because he looked like crap.
Yeah.
It did
Can
not
I-
look good.
Can I add something to my card of things?
Add it.
Yes.
Russell Wilson over 34.5 passing attempts.
Oh, yeah.
I'm not open to that prop.
I am for sure. They don't like Chris Carson hasn't been. He was pretty bad last week, and the Rams have a pretty good front.
Yeah. I definitely think that if the Rams are going to stay in or the Seahawks are going to stay in this game, it's going to be a lot of passing.
Yeah,
Okay.
that's what I think too.
Yep.
Passing touchdowns, Russell Wilson over 1.5 -178. That's awful odds. Sure you
Yeah.
can get that to like 2 or 2.5. And then Matthew Stafford over 2.5 passing touchdowns plus 146. Really good odds on that.
I would
Three
hit that.
tutters.
I would
A good
sprinkle that.
standalone value. I don't know if I'd toss that in a parlay.
No, I wouldn't put that in
No.
parlay, but I'd sprinkle that for $10.
Sprinkle it, guys.
Sprinkle it. Just give it a
Okay.
little sprinkle.
It's a little bit.
Okay, a little bit of sprinkle. Berries and cream. All right. two last things, Sean, that Cooper Cup, the over on yards is 88.5. And then Van Jefferson is 44.5.
I love that.
Jefferson
I
for
love the
sure.
Van Jefferson one.
Me too. He went off on your bench this week.
Yeah. I don't want to talk about Mike.
Yeah. And then anytime touchdown score, Tyler Lockett only minus 105. So they're expecting him to score a touchdown.
So am I.
They're expecting Carson to have at least a touchdown, Kupp to have a touchdown, Metcalf to have a touchdown, Henderson to have a touchdown, and Lockett to all have a touchdown.
It's a lot of touchdowns.
I say we just zig and just bet the under on all of this. No touchdowns.
Hammer the nut. It's going to be like a 7-0 game, and it's going to be like a pick six.
First half.
I think I got there in the reverse psychology, Jake. I'm going to hammer the under too. I get
first
what
half
you're saying.
under.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, so we will see if these picks come true. We'll be recording another episode before the Thursday one, so who knows? But yeah, maybe I'll just be like,
post on the socials. Let's post on the socials and get some picks out there for the people.
We'll get our picks out there for the Thursday night game. All right, after this,
I forgot what mine were.
I have them written down. After this, a little bit of love hate to wrap up the show. Welcome back. We will get right into love hate. So I'll start with mine. I have very few positives of working at my bike shop. As anybody's heard, I've complained about it multiple times. I'm pretty sure people at work openly know I complain about it too now. Who cares? But a huge positive today is there was a nice British woman who walked in today who had a lovely accent, and she had a very cute child, and the kid was trying to copy her mom's accent but couldn't, and it was just adorable. So that was a good love for me today. It was a nice little half British family in Brighton too, which is weird. That's what it really threw me off. Like,
is it though? There's a Brighton in England.
True.
That's where they flock to.
That is true.
There's more of the English there.
Maybe she got on the wrong plane. Like, oh fuck, well, I'm in Michigan now.
Fucking Brighton.
Might as well start a family while I'm here.
Oh, fiddlesticks. I'm in Michigan. I'm in the United States.
I think that's something a British person would do. Just adapt on the fly and just build a life. They're like, oh, well, I'm here.
Well, that's what they do. They go to.
That is what they. I was just about to make it. Yep.
Yeah.
Nice.
I was just about to make it. Yep. Yeah. Imperialization. Yep. Good one.
We're 1-0. That's all I know. 1-0, baby. Never lost.
2-0. War of 1812 too. Fuck them.
Never forget. Never forget when they burned down our house.
Yeah. We got a banging song out of it too. Oh, say can you see?
The hit of 1812.
Absolute bop. It's a bop.
At this point,
for a minute.
Could use a remix.
Do you think people used to like dance to that song? You know, like a casual bar night, and they're just banging the Star Spangled Banner.
Yeah, maybe.
Like the most requested song of the night by Francis Key.
Francis Scott Key. How long? Like 1812, that song's written, or whatever year it was written. How long do you think it takes until people actually realize that that's the national anthem? When maybe they're just playing it like randomly for like a couple of years.
Yeah,
they're really forcing this song to like really catch on. I don't know.
They're like turning their radios off. Like, oh my god, this is so overplayed. Heard the song a million times, dude.
Fourth time in the car ride. Jesus Christ, is there another song?
They turn it like Mo Bamba comes on.
Fuck.
God damn it.
Damn it.
Young Flame, he and Sicko Mo. Like, son of a bitch.
You got me rolling on my broccoli.
Yeah.
Yeah. So if I wonder, that's a good, I wonder if people then feel the same way we do about those songs now.
That's what I'm saying.
Yeah.
Better turned into like a shitty EDM remix. It's like, oh, say, can you see by the dawn's early light?
I believe in a young boy.
Yeah, and it goes.
Put your fucking hands across your heart, bitch. Yo, someone's got to make it.
Take your fucking hat off.
Oh, say, can you motherfucking see?
That might be the remix the Star Spangled Banner has been waiting for. Right there.
You want to get everyone. You want to unify this country. That's the way to do it.
It is.
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
Yeah.
All right.
Love, Jake.
Thank you.
Great love. My love is the confidence on the Salt Bay guy. Did you guys see this? It was like last week,
I didn't see this.
but he
I did not.
was interviewed. He was interviewed by the New York Times, and he was quoted as saying, "quote Kids want to be Salt Bay. They see me as an idol. I'm an inspiration."
Oh my God.
You know the guy who was like famous almost 5 years ago for
Oh, I
sprinkling
know.
salt?
I know Salt Bay.
Oh, I
He was
know.
in the news. Mid-COVID pandemic. I'm pretty sure, like, it was peak COVID. He opened his restaurant to like people and had a no mask regulation. So I think
Great guy.
that tells us a lot about him. He
Mhm.
needed
He's
people to see
confident.
him. I think he just needed people with eyes on him.
I think we all need a little bit of Salt Bay in our life. A little bit of that confidence, that pizzazz, that spice, that salt.
Yeah, the only time I really see Salt Bay anymore is when I see people who go to like meme parties or whatever, and they dress as a meme, and he's a meme.
Oh.
He's Salt Bay.
Yeah, that's just
Yeah, I
That's
see that
so
on
crazy. That's the
TikTok.
worst.
Yeah, that's
Oh,
on
God.
that
Meme
gets
parties.
Yeah, because everybody has to have a theme for a party.
That's my new hate. I didn't know those existed. Fuck
I
that.
hate that.
No, that's a real thing. I see them on TikTok quite often.
Oh, thank God I missed those.
God.
Yeah, you really like that.
We're
That hits
hitting a
my
point-
For You page hard.
We're hitting a point where our generation is becoming cringy. I've just noticed that.
Yeah, we're hitting
Stuff
that
like
point.
that. We're
Mhm.
becoming like the new we're becoming the new millennials. Like, how people just clown millennials now. That transformation's happening as
It's happening to us. There's young kids right now that are making fun of us.
Stay awake,
We're-
boys. We need to stay in tune. Stay on TikTok. It will still be cool.
Should I re-download Fortnite, or is that too?
Yeah, I think we have to. I
Okay.
think we need to hop on some public lobbies and pick up some new lingo.
Mhm. Okay.
Stay young forever.
I might have to kidnap some of my cousins for a little bit and just be like,
No, you don't have to. But
oh, I was doing it for the good of the generation, but
okay, never mind. Do it.
okay. All right, Sean, your love.
My love for this week. This is a weird one, but I just started working a landscaping job for CMU. So just picking up some extra money. I love mowing. I love mowing lawns. I don't know what it is about it. I have some sort of bliss when I'm on the mower. I'm just
Uh-oh.
this could be
This
it.
could
I
mean
might
you might be a dad.
No.
Have you seen the TikTok trend where it's like all of a sudden I really love wearing jean shorts, and then
God.
could
Oh
be
my
a father.
I
It's
just
like the
said it
progressive
too.
commercials.
I literally just said it too. I was like, we're becoming the older generation. Then I just said,
Oh my God, we're not even realizing it.
holy shit, that was not even intentional. Back to us having a crisis on the podcast.
Oh God.
All right. Well,
Spiraling.
no matter what, I love it. I kind of like doing lawn work. So yeah, the city of Mount Pleasant has never looked cleaner in the school. I think I attracted some new members of the school with these lawns. They're going to take one look at that finely manicured patch of grass. They're going to say, I choose to be a Chippewa.
Mm-hmm.
Fire the fuck up, baby.
Fire the fuck up. I also almost got fired first day.
For what? What'd you do?
I was driving the company car, and my apartment was right across the street. And I drove into my apartment and took a piss because it was like either that or I pissed myself, or I walked into a dorm hall with no mask and just got a bunch of dirt everywhere. I didn't want to do that to the school. And apparently some guy that I worked with just snitched on me.
Oh,
Told my
fuck that guy.
boss. And they like sat me down like I fucking just like took some company property or like committed a bank heist. They sat me down and like we're like, you're not allowed to do that. Next time you're done, buddy. And they're begging for people to work too. And they like didn't hesitate to try to fire me day one.
Yeah, they will cut your ass fast.
And I told them, you don't take my fucking zero turn away from me and my lawns. And I looked right in and said, I will own this place once.
Please, I'll do anything.
I'll do anything, please.
Please, sir.
I love the game. I love the hustle. I love the lawns.
Love the lawn. I need the grass.
Yeah, you're just like a crackhead, just being like, come on, man, please,
I won't do
man.
it again. I'll piss
Do
myself.
anything,
I'll
man.
use the bathroom. Yeah. All ones.
I feel that same bliss with washing dishes. It relaxes me and it calms me.
Oh,
Oh,
dude, that's psychotic. Washing dishes is the fucking worst.
I don't think so.
Literally
I don't
my
think so.
least favorite chore.
me and Mike do not like it, and it showed in
worst.
our
I
house
hate it.
last year. We left
Disgusting.
dishes. We were charged for left dishes in our house last year.
Oh,
Damn.
I got my so I was like missing my security deposit from our house, and I called like our old landlord, and they told me that like for them to send me a new check would be $30. My security deposit was only $9.
Holy
So,
shit! What happened in your
yeah.
room?
No, nothing. It was totally empty. Like there was nothing wrong with it.
Every single college realtor firm is a scam.
Yeah, fuck
Agreed.
them.
One of the most untalked about scams in America today.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
They just take from the kids because they have no choice. They just take.
Yeah, we have no like. What are we supposed to do?
Yeah,
Live in
say
the
no.
dorms? They're literally like, are you gonna live in the dorms or do you want to pay for this overpriced house? And live in it
Overpriced house it is.
every time.
Okay. Rolling into my hate. Basketball season is right around the corner, and I love basketball with all my heart. But the news that Cade Cunningham might not be playing for the season opener is starting to concern me. It started as a rolled ankle, no need to be concerned. And then today he was only doing light shooting, and he is not playing in the preseason game. And they said there is some fluid in his ankle, and I'm starting to get concerned that Cade is going to miss some time. And if there is no Cade, then I don't know what I'll do because I've been waiting for this moment for a long time for October 19th to watch him play for the Detroit Pistons, or October 20th. October 20th.
That's
This is breaking news to me, so that's
Yes.
a gut punch.
Mm-hmm. They said there is no timetable for his return, but he's still practicing, but it's light practice, non-contact things.
that does suck,
I
but at
remain,
least they're not like trying to rush him back.
Still practicing is a good sign. If he was like walking around in a boot at practice, then I would start to sweat a little bit. But I think even if he's just like shooting around and doing his own like private drills,
he's doing only shooting drills at this time.
He could miss the whole preseason
okay.
for all I care, but
Yeah, it's just the
Don't play
preseason. The preseason is only like 15 days long, and then they play after that. So it's like I'd like him to be like somewhat ready, but it's like
I would
the
too.
NBA. It's 82 games. Little side tangent. I'm hammering Detroit Pistons over 24.5 wins this year.
oh, kill it. Murder that.
Oh, I
Boost
would
it to
say
30.
that
Hit it.
after the first half of the Thunder Summer League game, I would have agreed with you, but the rest of the Summer League kind of put things in perspective with me. I do not think we're going to be good.
Well, we'll have beef
I don't think we're
stew.
gonna be good.
Jeremy
I think
Grant.
25, 26 games. That's a dog shit team.
You got to think they
We'll
won
be sweating it out.
They won 18 games. They won 18 games last year in a 72 game season, and they're adding Cade Cunningham, the number 1 pick. All their players are getting 1 year older. They added a nice bench piece in Kelly Olynyk. I feel good about at least 25
I
wins.
feel great about 25 wins.
All right.
I feel really good about 25 wins.
But also, I want them to be bad. So I'm confused.
25 wins is still like bottom 4 or 5 teams in the league.
Yeah, for sure.
You know what actually snuck up on me as the season was starting? I saw like a tweet that it was like 16 more days till tip off. And I was like, what the fuck?
13 days now.
Did you see
2 weeks, actually.
the Miami
14
Heat
days.
finals was the Miami Heat Lakers finals was like a year ago this week,
Yeah.
which is like wild to think about. 2
Mhm.
seasons ago, 1 year ago.
I just saw the thing of Jimmy Butler scoring 42 was 1 year ago today or something like that, or 1 year ago yesterday.
I'm dunking at 28.
Yeah.
My God, what a game. But yeah, my brain is already resetted from like COVID. It's back to normal. I can't even comprehend COVID again and like what all the shit we did,
Mhm.
the random dates and stuff. It's crazy.
Wild. Crazy.
Crazy, dude. Imagine it.
Did you imagine like this shit was like literally a movie?
Like,
Like
there's
how
no
is you?
fans.
Yeah.
What are we gonna tell our kids?
Yeah.
Oh, tell my kids that like for like a couple of months I was not macking on honeys at the bar. Like they'll never believe that they'll be like, Dad, this is like not you. And I'm be like,
Yeah,
son,
Dad,
I know,
you
I
like
spit.
always macking on honeys.
I know, dude. Like ever since I've known you, bro, you've been macking on mad chicks. But
The
like,
state,
you're telling me the state told you no? Pray.
the city of East Lansing got a break for a year, kids. Tell you
Yo,
what,
that's like
the honeys get-
honestly, dude, that's like kind of fucked up at the state to tell you can't mac on honeys. That's like everyone's God-given right.
That's
Yeah,
what we were saying.
Yeah, but like,
We were saying the whole
just
time.
when I show my kids my 2021, 2022 comeback player of the year, they'll respect me even more because they saw me put in that work when I couldn't perform. And they'll see the results. They saw the results
Wait, who's
right
this?
there.
Wait, what comeback player of the year?
Who's
award?
comeback player of the year?
Me
You're just giving.
for
You're
coming
giving
for
back
macking on honeys
macking
because
on
I'm
You're
coming
back
back.
to
Not really. Please don't hurt me, Elena.
All
It's
right.
got like a visual of you getting an award for comeback player of the year for macking on honeys. Just
Yeah.
a room full of guys in bash fisherman hats and
Mm-hmm.
Nelk shirts just standing and applauding. All right, that was a good tangent.
Okay.
All right. My hate this week is Britney Spears' dad. I've been in a Britney Spears hole because she has been so restrained. She's been stuck in this conservatorship for over a decade, and her dad is a piece of shit. So she's finally getting free, and I'm happy for my girl. I watched a documentary on Netflix. It's called Britney versus Spears. Highly recommend it.
Ooh.
Has nothing to do with her music or anything, but it's a crazy story.
Free Britney.
Free Britney.
Squid Games is a good show too.
Yeah, I gotta get into that too.
I'm 2 episodes in. I like it.
Mm-hmm.
That's all I can give you right now.
Okay, but yeah, I don't relate to Britney as much. She's a little past our generation. I obviously know her. I know of her. I'm more of a Jamie Lynn person because I was a big Zoe 101 fan. But I feel for
Shouldn't do
Britney.
shit for her sister.
No.
Fuck Jamie Lynn.
Oh,
Oh,
okay.
Yeah, I'm out there saying it. Fuck anybody who stood against Britney. And her
I
freedom.
haven't like watched or like read up on anything. Like I know about the servitude or whatever the hell that thing is. I
Yeah.
know about like the contract, but just from the outside looking in, it looks like it's something that shouldn't exist in the United States.
Oh,
and still
it shouldn't.
Like,
It's crazy. Like her dad, so basically they manipulated the courts and like bribed a bunch of people to like make her dad the conservative of her person. So she couldn't have her own phone. They like bugged everything that she did. She couldn't talk to people without like getting their permission. They made her go on tour. They took all her money. It was crazy. It's fucked up.
Yeah, that's like
my tangent.
every once in a while in America, there'll be like a law where like maybe we should overturn that, or like maybe we should pass a law for gay marriage. Everyone's like, oh, yeah, we should get around to that. Like maybe we should ban these type of. I don't know.
They would make it like the law would make. We don't need to get into a conservatorship rant, but they would make sense for somebody who wasn't like a middle-aged woman who's one of the most
I'm
famous
just saying at
pop
the
stars of
general
all time.
concept level, like, why does this happen in America all the time? Just like, oh,
yeah,
this seems obvious. Maybe we shouldn't do it.
Yeah.
Crazy story. Fuck
Crazy.
Britney Spears' dad.
Yeah.
All right,
Well,
Sean.
my hate of the week. I'm gonna go with this one's gonna be a little out there. Flannels. Fuck them.
Wow.
Fuck anyone that wears them during fall. Us as males need to band together and figure out something else we can wear during this time. Because my God, as soon as one leaf turned orange up in Mount Pleasant, the whole city was covered in flannel, head to toe. I saw a man today at the gym. Warm up with a flannel on.
Oof.
It was
I've
psychotic.
seen flannel at the gym. It doesn't make sense.
Mm-mm.
I've never seen flannel. I've never seen full flannel at the gym. I've seen cutoff flannel. That scared the shit out of me. I'll tell you that. Fucking lumberjack coming in, but I've never seen the full flannel. And that just shows you that when fall comes around, guys do not know what to wear besides a flannel. And
No.
A flannel with blue
something else
jeans
out.
and Timbs. Did I just
And a
kill?
gray hoodie under the flannel.
Yep.
oh my God,
Maybe
you're
a
just grabbing
Carhartt
my
beanie.
high school wardrobe down to a T.
Yeah.
I've thrown
Yikes.
away mine. I have one flannel remaining, and I might have to get rid of it.
Should we burn it in solidarity?
Mhm.
I think
I
I
have
have
one right there. The green one right
All
here.
right. So here's my take has a little bit of holes in it. I like a flannel jacket. A jacket
There.
itself.
Like with some wool in it, some
Yeah.
Sherpa.
Like a nice
Yeah.
wool flannel jacket's cool.
Okay.
But a normal flannel,
Mm,
let's do better.
They're not that
that's where it
warm.
crosses the line.
No, they're
I'll say
not
this about
warm.
flannels: they're not that warm. They're
Yeah, and you
just
look
pretty
like-
much like wearing a button-up shirt.
You
You
look
go
like
out
a
thinking
kitchen
like they're
table.
gonna be.
Yeah.
You
Like,
kind of look like
it's
a
not a
kitchen
good look.
table.
Hmm.
If you wear just a straight, like you can pull it off if you wear like something else that isn't Tim's, blue jeans, and a gray hoodie with
Mhm.
a Carhartt beanie. But
Oof.
It's
Fair.
all in the same category, though. You know, we're all thinking of the same person when we say that, and that is all I've seen since it's gotten a little bit cold up here. So, yeah,
I'm
I
thinking of
I was
Mike.
thinking of me, fuck you.
thinking of high school.
Why me? Maybe
I
in
don't
high
know.
school.
Hey, we all got to
Maybe in
look
high school.
ourselves in
We
the
all had
mirror
high school.
that we all wore that same exact outfit high school.
Yeah.
I think senior year of high school, I didn't wear jeans. I think I wore sweatpants every single day.
No, I know, but I had a flannel worked in somehow, and a Carhartt beanie, and the varsity jacket.
Oof.
God,
All right. Oh God.
that was fucking terrible. A brutal fit.
Yeah, God. Oh, that's tough. I'm sure. I don't think there was enough photos of me documented, but I'm sure there's some brutal fits in there. Absolutely awful.
I'll dig up some pictures and we can post them on the socials.
Yeah.
Yeah, everybody, we can all like find like the worst outfit that we can find of us. and throw it
Okay.
up there just for
Yeah.
shits and giggles.
Yeah, that's a good one. All right. Let's wrap up this episode. Good job, everybody. We will do a more in-depth on college football and the NFL on the Friday show. And we will also do our pick'em segment, and we'll throw a couple other fun segments in there. But until next time, peace.
The world ain't all sunshine and rainbows,
As there's a drive in a deep left field by Castellanos, it will be a home run.
but it ain't about how hard you hit.
And I'd hit out the park, no question, with all due respect.
It's about how hard you can get hit.
And you might need, at some point in your life, a little massage on your ass.
And keep moving forward. How much you can take and keep moving forward.